On live, and we are going live. We are live. Good morning. Almost afternoon. This is good morning. It's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. It is now 11:22 a.m., which is like what, 6 hours different than normal. It's Sunday. I took it easy today. Hung out with kids. Made family wife breakfast and everything. Cleaned up some stuff. Did some work around the house. And now I have a lull between things I got to do today. So I wanted to join you. And I feel bad because I didn't do a show yesterday. But oh well. It was a long day. It was a rough day. Maybe we'll talk about it. Maybe we won't talk about it. I don't know. Anyway, it's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show, and I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master, Agile Coach. And we talk about Scrum and Agile in a practical, tactical way. So you can bring value to the customer, have some fun, and get home to family and friends without doing crazy long hours of days and stuff like that. I guess I want to talk about two things because we were talking about something the other day. I was talking with my neighbor. We're hanging out yesterday, just relaxing, enjoying the weather, change of fall. It got cold last night here in Philadelphia. Talk about failure, right? And I also want to talk about jobs. And people were asking me about full-time jobs versus contractor jobs and things like that. And I'll just cover that a little bit. Something we talked about last night and ours, because part of our mission is to get you home to your family and friends, right? And I want to talk about hours work a little bit, but mostly just talk about failure too. So we'll hit the failure thing first. So long story short, TV stopped working. Had to get a new TV because it had no sound, and the speakers are embedded in the TV, and that really kind of quasi jerry-rigged some speakers from a computer. It wasn't that great though. So we got one the other day, put it up yesterday, and got all these channels I never knew existed on the television because we buy the smallest package possible to save money because we like to spend money on other things besides TV. Here I spent some on putting up YouTube and software. And there was a channel my son and I stumbled onto called Army of Fail. It was like in the 200s or something. And all it is like a version of TikTok with a bunch of failures, just failures. And they were celebrating the Celebration International Day of Failure. And I didn't know there was an International Day of Failure. Apparently there is. It's October 13th. That's when it was this year, 2020. And it was interesting to say, without the possibility of failure, there is no success. I mean, they were having fun with the failure. People were trying to do stuff, jokes, whatever, and it would just be an epic fail. But without the fail, without trying, you never know if you'll get there, right? And if you're on the edge, a little failure, that's kind of where you're going to be because you are on the edge and you're pushing the envelope to something that wasn't done before. You're a disruptor, right? And I just want to encourage. So why am I bringing this up? You know, it'd be really neat to do at work. Everybody celebrates their successes. Challenge everybody to talk about a failure they did and what they learned from it. Maybe, I don't know. Some people can't do it. They would never be able to do that. Like, give us your latest failure. What did you try to push on the envelope to achieve and it just didn't work out? But you did try. So it's not a question you fail. It's like, tell us something you tried to do that you thought would be really fruitful, but just wasn't. But you gave it a shot anyhow. And then what did you learn from that failure? And do it on purpose, right? Don't just say, hey, you failed. Oh my God, it's evil. But we failed because we were trying to do something on purpose, not and change the needle, right? We want to change the needle. Sometimes you do it, it's successful. Sometimes you're not. And that would be something interesting to do as far as business goes. And just asking people, what have you tried to fail? Like maybe you just promote it. Give us something we want to push the needle somewhere. Show us a failure, but at least show us that you tried to push the needle somewhere, right? But that was my thing for today as far as failure goes. And something I saw, it's like that channel, it's the Army of Failure, and then the International Failure Day, which is October 13th. So I think I'm going to start celebrating that more every year and just make that a thing, because we do definition of done, ready day, done day. I think we do a retrospective day. I think we should do a failure day. And I didn't know that. And I'll have to tell my local Agile people about that. And but you have no shirt on. Eddie,
what?
You're being annoying.
Okay.
All right. And this is why we do it at 5 a.m. in the morning. I think I have to start getting up earlier, right, Ed? Yeah, Eddie's starting to sleep in because he get tired of all that school, all the brain work going on in his brain. So the other topic I wanted to bring up was like salary and getting home at a decent time. So people were asking me, well, what's the difference between contracting and full-time and this and that? And either way, I asked people, well, you got to ask the company, do they expect you to work 40 hours a day, 40 hours a week? Oh, God forbid, it's only 24 hours in a day. 40 hours a week, or they expect you to do like 45, 50, 55, 60 hours a week? Think about it. If their expectation is to do 50 hours a week, and you're basing your rate that you're getting paid on by a 40-hour week, that's an extra 10 hours. That's 25%. So in reality, you get a 25% reduction in pay for the same amount of value of your time. So this is just something to think about when you're looking at jobs and going full time and contractor jobs versus a in-house job. But if they tell you they want you to do extra hours, and it goes to our mission, we want you to be home in 40 hours. We want you to work efficiently enough and get enough value to the customer. You don't have to work 50 hours a week, right? That's a 25% reduction in your pay. Something to think about there. What is that extra 10 hours worth to you? Is it to do something else? Is it to hang out with your family? Is it do a side job, do something you're fun, a hobby, whatever, exercise, get in shape? I don't know. Chase the kid, get him out of the room. I don't know what it is. Could be anything. Play with the cats, go adopt a dog. Who knows? But think about that. What is that extra 25% of your time worth? Is it worth that? Are you really getting paid what you think you're getting paid? Or are you really getting paid less money because someone who works less hours than you makes as much money technically as you do per hour? So something to think about. Anyway, it's Sunday. I want to let you go. We'll make it a short thing because we're late and got lots of stuff to do. So I hope you all have a great day. Please ring the bell if you like what we're doing. I got to go pick up some Coke bottles because we don't have any more Coke. We used to use it all up before we can do some more experiments and have fun. Enjoy your time with your family and friends. Bye. See you later.